You ever walk into a room and know, deep down, that half the people there already decided what box you fit in before you even speak? Yeah, that's how this starts, and trust me, it gets messy. So picture this. Big tech summit in California, all glass walls and marble floors, people in those designer sneakers that cost more than my rent. The air buzzing with startup energy and self-importance. I walk in, chin up, rocking a black jumpsuit and my best poker face, and before I can even make it 10 steps, there's this guy Chad, clipboard, lanyard, face so locked on his tablet you'd think he was curing cancer over there. He jerks his thumb at the back hallway without a glance, says, "Catering sets up in the back. VIPs are coming. Better be quick." Didn't even look up, didn't care. And I just stood there, not moving, not blinking, just letting him stew in his own impatience. He finally looks up, and you can see his brain doing that thing, like, wait, what's not adding up here? Because, spoiler, I wasn't wearing catering whites, didn't have a tray, wasn't fumbling around looking lost. I was exactly where I was supposed to be. Just not the kind of person he expected to see in that spot. He tries again, polite but clipped. "Ma'am, unless you're with the demo team or have a gold sponsor badge, this area is off limits. Security will check soon." And still, I don't say a word. Just pull out my phone, dial one number, and say, "Maya, I'm here." Let them know I've arrived. That's it. Calm as sunrise. And 30 seconds later, Chad's phone is going off with a message that probably made him want to crawl under a table. It says, and I could see the panic crawl up his neck, "Do not block Renee Burks. She's our keynote. She's funding half the summit." Yeah, that's me. You should have seen his face. All the blood just disappeared, and suddenly he's falling over himself, stammering, "Oh, Miss Burks, I'm so sorry. I didn't recognize, but I was already gone, walking past like nothing happened." You know that feeling, when someone expects you to be the help and you're actually the boss. I could have stopped, made a scene, but nah, some things don't need oxygen. I just headed to the speaker lounge, and Maya, she's my right hand. Smart as hell, heart of gold, meets me at the door, wide-eyed, clutching her phone. She whispers, "You good?" And I just say, "Peachy," because I'd been through this before, mistaken for staff, ignored, written off. 10 years ago, it might have ruined my day. Now, it's just another tool in the kit. Maya wants to put out some formal statement, but I shut it down, not worth the energy. I sit down, open my Keynote slides. They're clean, sharp, none of that motivational poster stuff, just facts and code. We go over last-minute details. Maya checks if I still want to drop the big announcement at the end, and I just nod, because why wouldn't I? I look through the glass wall at the main floor. It's a circus, tech bros everywhere, the whole ecosystem buzzing. But it's still not a world that was ever designed for people like me, you know? Not really. I built my own table at this point, and I guess, deep down, I hoped someone out there would see that and start building theirs too. Meanwhile, Chad is still rattled. I can see him out there, pretending to be busy, probably replaying everything in his head, talking to another organizer, and the other guy just laughs in his face. "Bro, that's Renee Burks. She's worth more than this whole conference." And Chad, poor guy, he just stands there, not sure if he should say sorry again or just disappear. But there's nothing he can say that won't make it worse, so he does what guys like him always do, tries to act like nothing happened. I'm making last-minute changes to my keynote, not the safe one the organizers approved, but the real one. The one they need to hear, not the one they want. Green room is buzzing, all these big personalities posturing. But honestly, I just watch it like a movie, barely part of it. And in that moment, I realize they don't see me coming. 10 minutes to go, Maya knocks on the door, tells me they're calling people in. I get up, smooth my jumpsuit, and follow her through the back hallway. You can hear the applause starting, the overly scripted intro, true pioneer, champion of innovation, but I'm not there for the fanfare. Lights dim, spotlight comes up, and when I walk out, there's this pause, not quite sure if they should clap or just stare. I don't wait for their permission. I just start. When I was 17, I built my first line of code on a secondhand laptop, stealing Wi-Fi from the laundromat across the street. You could hear a pin drop. It's that kind of silence. I tell them how I didn't grow up thinking I'd ever be on a stage like this, counting broken streetlights on my block, being told over and over that tech wasn't for people like me. Too quiet, too intense, too different. Investors took meetings just to say they'd heard me talk, but they never cut the check. I tell them, I didn't come here to be chosen. I came to build. Now, I've got number slides full of them. Our AI platform, Rift, running in school districts, helping hospitals, $3 billion in valuation, team built mostly from folks no one else would give a chance. And then, I drop it earlier today, I was asked if I was catering staff. Dead silence. No laughter. I say, I'm not sharing this to shame anyone. I'm sharing it because it happens all the time, and that's the problem. You could feel the room shift. I tell them tech loves talking about disruption, but what's the point if the faces in the room never change? Sometimes bias doesn't wear a hood, it just holds a clipboard and makes assumptions. Sometimes it's hiding behind a hiring pipeline you never question. I'm not here to call anyone out. I'm here to call them forward. Then the big reveal, a $100 million origin fund dedicated to backing women in tech who get overlooked. I see jaws drop. Some folks try to play it cool, but it's clear this was not what they expected. I end with, legacy isn't what you build for yourself, it's what you leave behind. So the next person doesn't have to start from zero. And then I step back, let the applause thunder up. This time it's real. Chad's over by the wing, just watching, mouth hanging open, realizing the person he tried to brush off just changed the game. When I walk off, journalists are lined up, but I keep moving. Maya meets me, eyes bright and a little teary. You broke the internet. Wasn't the goal, but it happened. We get in the car, phone's already blowing up. Social media's gone nuts, but the thing that gets me is a photo someone in the crowd snapped me with the Origin Fund logo burning bright behind me. No filter, just truth. I lean back in my seat, and for a second, I let myself feel it. It's not about the press, not really. It's about breaking the silence. About building something bigger. Somewhere across town, Chad is hunched over his tablet in a hotel bar, replaying it all, piecing together how two people could start in the same place and end up on opposite sides of the story. He's Googling everything about me now, probably wishing he'd known sooner. But that's the thing about these moments, you can't undo them. You can only decide what you'll do next. Later, back in my hotel room, I just stand barefoot in the dark, thinking. Congratulatory texts are pouring in, but I'm focused on something else. There's this email I'd been meaning to send to another Black founder, almost shut down by VCs who ghosted her after seeing her team's photo. I finally hit send. Let's talk. It's time. Next morning, it's like the world exploded. Requests from every angle, agencies, think tanks, women from all over the world saying, I saw you. I want in. A girl in Ohio building a voice app because nothing on the market fits her. That's what makes it worth it. Not the spotlight, but the echo. Maya's scanning new invites, shows me one for another Tech Titans panel. I just shake my head. You don't change things by asking for a bigger seat at their table. You tear down the table and build your own. We head to a co-working space, no press, no stage, just a bunch of scrappy women founders, laptops out, ideas flying. I grab a marker and write at the top of a whiteboard, what's missing? And that room just lights up. By the end, every woman's got a contact or a resource they didn't have before. That's momentum, the real kind. 3 months later, our banner's up over a not even finished building in Detroit Origin Lab HQ. No fancy sign, just a black banner and fingerprints from everyone who helped make it happen. Inside, it smells like sawdust and coffee, teens on field trips, coders working, laughter echoing off whiteboards. There's a barista pitching her hardware startup while pulling espresso. That's the future I wanted to see: messy, diverse, real. I walk around and nobody stops me. That's how I like it. I peek into a room, watch a woman demo an app that translates legalese for renters fighting eviction. She doesn't know who I am. Doesn't need to. That's the point. Down the hall, I find Maya, phone pressed to her ear, closing deals. Guess who emailed? She grins. Chad. Apparently, now he wants to collaborate. Already did it better, I say, and we laugh. There's a knock, and this kid pokes her head in, all nerves and hope, asking about joining our AI beta team. I smile, invite her in. You got your laptop? She holds up a sticker-bombed Chromebook. Then let's get to work. For half an hour, me, Maya, and this kid, Jordan, are tinkering, building, dreaming, and for once, I'm not the voice in the room, just a voice. Noon bell rings, literally, an old-school bell we kept from the building's past. Out in the main area, teens from a local school are bouncing from drone lab to podcast booth. Maya says, feels like a fever dream. I tell her, no, it's real and it's just the beginning. She asks if I think it'll hold. I tell her, we're not here to hold something. We're here to pass it on. She grins. We built it? Huh? And I shake my head. No, they did. We just cleared the damn door. End of the day, I step outside. The city is humming, skyline patched but proud, sirens and food carts and everything still moving. I check my phone. 400,000 people have applied to our Origin Fund. That number isn't what gets me, it's what it means for 100,000 people who refuse to stay invisible. And somewhere, maybe in this city, maybe a world away, there's another kid like Jordan, like I once was, cracked screen and a big idea, finally seeing a way in. That's all I ever wanted. Not credit, not applause, just access, just a shot that was actually fair. And now, for the first time, I believe that shot's echoing farther than anyone could have guessed. The old system hasn't fallen, not yet, but it's shaking, and in that rumble, you can hear something new coming. Maybe, just maybe, this is how it all finally shifts. So, I gotta ask, what do you think? Where does real change start, with the gatekeepers, or with the people bold enough to kick the damn door open? Let me know what side you're on. Let's talk about injustice, bias, who gets a shot, and who gets left out. Because the only way we fix this is if we face it together. You know what I mean?